So one of the things I like about iOS is, I guess Android probably does the same thing. But so I'm dealing with this situation where a guy is going to replace something that he broke at my property, and and I'm not going to faint. It's kind of bad news for him because it's a ceiling fan. Well, I guess I wrote that here, right? So it's like a ceiling fan, and he was installing something else, and he broke the ceiling fan. So, so of course he's like, "Oh, I'll totally, fix that and pay for it. Just give me any details, and I'll handle it." Right? So the place is my, as you can see in my little note to him here that I haven't sent yet. The place is their only offer to me to fix this situation is to replace the entire ceiling fan. But in fact, the only thing that's wrong with it is the one of the blades got broken and snapped, right? And it was real easy. I just took a blade off of another ceiling fan in a different room that we're not using and put it on this ceiling fan. And it's not an urgent thing that I have to get fixed, it's not a big deal. But I want it fixed, and he's he's very willing to fix it. So so the cool thing about this is not about that. This is about iOS. So the cool thing about that is I can leave this message here that I haven't sent yet, because all I want to do is start things moving. I don't want to, whether it was this situation or anything else, I never want to send a book. You know what I mean? You don't send long text. In fact, I'll probably divide this up into smaller pieces as well, or maybe I'll just edit down and make it much shorter. I haven't really thought about it. But for now, he hasn't answered yet, right? So all I'm saying is, hey, happy Friday. It's time for you to do this thing. Oh, there it is. Now he just responded right now. So cool. So here's the thing though. I don't want to deal with the manufacturer or Home Depot, who are both going to, probably stonewall me slightly or even more. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no easy method here for me in this situation. And I've always got, some kind of, plan before I talk to people. You should, you know what I mean? It's not wise to go in with no plan on anything, right? Whether it's like I do this with everybody, whoever I'm chatting with. I have an objective prior to texting at all. You know what I mean? Like, that's, what else are you going to do? You're either going to, because there's a say, I'm getting kind of, it's not deep at all, but I'm kind of trailing off the, well, no, I'm not. I'm on the topic. But anyway, it is a fact that in all situations, either you're being sold or the other person is being sold. So in other words, you're either the buyer or the seller in any exchange ever at all. That's what sales is. Sales is an exchange, and one person is offering something, the other person is agreeing to that offer, right? So because of that, it's my practice normally, almost always, to have some objective prior to beginning communication. And text is the most beautiful thing because you can work it like this. You're not face to face. You don't have to measure your breath or your eye movement or anything. You can just work it, right? It's not nefarious in any way. There's nothing here. I'm not trying to cheat this guy. He agreed to do something, right? But as you can see in his response, this just happened. He's saying, let me know how much I owe you, and blah blah, whatever. So that's cool. I could say, oh yeah, I'll find out about that. But here's the thing. Like I don't want to deal with Home Depot. And I don't want to deal with the maker of this unit, but I have the product spec sheet or whatever it is, the instructions with all the details about the thing. So I'm going to give it to him and say, oh, here's the details, right? Now the install is easy. It's 2 screws or 3 or whatever. It's like really, really easy to fix the fan. Getting the thing is the hard part for me, in my opinion, anyway, and you know, for all of us, because this is like 3 weeks ago that this happened, and the management office finally gave me some info, like any good management office, 3 weeks. So what am I going to do? I'm going to first say something along these lines that you see right here. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to trim it down. Like I said, I've got like 30 minutes before an appointment I'm about to walk into. So I'm going to take a minute real quick after I get situated here in a minute. And I'm going to, because I'm like almost at my appointment. So I don't generally, I do screen recordings and drive all the time because I don't have to do anything, you know what I mean? Especially with just a screenshot like this. Like if it's me on screen, it's pretty rare that I'll do a screen recording while driving because, you know, you're distracted. You know what I mean? You're like looking at yourself like a mirror the whole time because well, you shouldn't do that. But that's another topic. I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, okay, so, well, you shouldn't do it while driving, but you shouldn't do it on any video that you're making at all, ever, right? So that's just a different topic, though. So I'm going to edit this down in a few or soon. And I'm not going to say the thing about basically left the ball in my court, right? Because that's stupid. Because then it's in my court, right? And again, what I want him to do is saying, hey, no problem. I'll find it. I'll go get it. And the thing I thought of first, and this is, you know, I have a bit of a, you know, get shit done kind of thinker on top of my head. And what I thought of first was that I would just go to Home Depot, find the thing, open a box, and walk out with that shit, because who cares? You know what I mean? That's illegal, I know, but who cares? It's, you know, it's going to take so much time and energy. They're not going to care because they're going to have a unit to return. But that, you know, first of all, I don't want to get arrested. And second of all, I don't want to, you know, that's a lot of stress and pressure. And I don't want to break the law, honestly. That's not my thing. I don't, you know, even if I feel very justified, which I guess I could call I could call that, if I did do that, which I'm not going to do, I could call that maybe not justified at all, or if I really wanted to be entitled and self, you know, important, I could say it's kind of justified, or maybe if I was a little bit humble about it, I could say, well, it's barely justified. But I'm not doing it. I'm going to send it to this guy, you know, Adam. He's a cool dude. He's doing some work for me anyway, and he said he would handle it. You know, he said he would pay for it. I don't, you know, maybe he'll decide to just go into Home Depot, right? And I'm not trying to put him in that position. I'm definitely not going to suggest that to him. Because I don't know him, you know, that well. I mean, I do know the guy, but I'm not gonna throw that out there as an option. I would never, you know, suggest that somebody go do something like that. And I'm not gonna do it myself. But I'm also not gonna, you know, try to track down customer service at Home Depot and or the manufacturer of this fan. You know what I mean? Because I could be like a month on that just by itself. A lot of time and energy. And, you know, yeah, sure, I'm making a long video here. That's a lot of time and energy, but I'm also on my way somewhere, and I wanted to share this because a lot of people don't do anything like this at all with their day-to-day little situations and stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of people will throw it out there and let the other person decide, which is it's not a good idea. You know what I mean? I mean, unless you don't have a clue of what you want. But my suggestion, if that's the case, is that you get the clue, right? Don't start without some kind of, you know, without at least a notion on what might be the best way to go. And again, if you don't have that notion or you know, anything close to it, think about it. Do some critical thinking, and don't cheat people, don't steal shit from Home Depot, like all that. But because that was honestly my first thought. I don't know where I got that from, but to me it just seemed like the fastest way to take care of it, I guess, because it would work, and I could whatever. I say I could get away with it, but what if I got caught? I'm not going to do that. I won't do that. I'm not that guy at all. At all. I don't do things like that. But, that would have been probably like if I were, like some kind of secret agent or whatever. That's definitely what I would do. But but I'm not a secret agent. So I'm going to go now. I'm at my appointment. I'm going to change. Well, actually, I guess I could edit down the text to Adam, because never send long texts either. You know what I mean? Like keep your communication, what's the word, succinct. Keep it very short, that, and tell your story. Obviously, tell the correct story. So I'm gonna say the management, right? And never go into a lot of detail. So you can see here, I had it written differently. All right. And I'm calling it us because it's not, I would say let me find the entire piece, right? Find and replace. And I'm not going to say it's ridiculous either. All right, because it's not ridiculous. I mean, he broke it, so it should be easy to find. And then I always use ... if I'm about to communicate something else. And so the office offered to either charge for replacing the entire unit, or just let us find and replace that piece, that broken piece. I got to remind him that he broke it. Right? And that's it. Done. And now I'm going to let him stew in it. I got to go to my appointment anyway. So later, and I know the answer. The answer is going to be, okay, well, let's, let me know when you find it, or something like that. And I'll be like, can I just send you the page? Would you mind if I just send you the page? And he's going to say yes. And if he says no, I'll be like, well, gosh, it might take me a while, but actually I won't say that. That's not a good ending, is it? I'll probably reword what I was just going to say. Instead of can I send it to you, I'll just say, I will send you the info about the fan so you can find that piece. Boom, right? That's the answer. Oh, and that's the point of this thing. So I'll say that now, because I just thought of that, right? I will send you the info so you can find. Always start with I will, and then so you, right? Find it so you can find out how to get that part. Bam, right? So now that's done. And what I started talking about iOS. What I like about iOS is I can just leave that here, the first message you saw that I rewrote up here, this apparently it's from Home Depot, that part that I just rewrote, that was sitting in my not yet sent box here in the middle of the page for a while, for the whole time, ever since I sent Adam the first message. And what I do is I voice record the entire thought process that I've gone through. This is the good part of this, before I send the message at all. And then let's say this was like 20 lines of text here. I select all copy, right? And then I remove, actually I don't select all copy. I select the part I'm going to remove. So like, let's say it was this sentence and a whole bunch more, but I only wanted to send this, like that first message there. Hey, happy Friday. Here's what's happening, right? And this, again, could be any topic, anything, right? So I remove everything after info about the fan. So, and by the way, that's where I started, that info about the fan, right? And then, of course, down here, I'm saying I'm going to give you the info, right? So this is just how this is the whole critical thinking part. I did that before I said anything into my voice recorder, of course, or into my, voice to text here. So the last thing I'll do on the long message is I'll highlight and remove the part I don't want to send yet. I'm not going to tell him the whole long story, right? So I'll remove all that and then paste it back in here after I've sent the little short part right there, the first part there. By the way, absolutely agreed. Was Adam, agreeing to some other plan that I gave? And I'm paying him to do work too. But this is kind of a different story, because he has now verbally agreed to fix something. He's not going to receive anything except a task and, something that might take him some time. And he'll do it. He's cool. But some people won't, right? Some people will balk. And some people, again, if you come at them with a sort of a half-baked idea with no plan, or not even an idea, if you just present facts about a situation, a lot of people are going to sell you your next step instead of you leading them to where you want things to go. So that's all. I'm done. I'm going to go take care of my appointment now. And